Today, we're going to be tying a fly pattern inspired by the surfboard minnow to imitate floating smelt. To start, we'll grab some white thread, secure it to our hook shank, and snap the excess free. At which point, we'll continue wrapping backwards towards the bend of our hook, before grabbing some pink deer hair. Measure a small clump to be about the length of your hook shank and secure it to the back of the fly. Doing so by taking a single wrap behind it to help lock it to the top side of our hook shank before securing it tightly in place. Snip the excess free and cover up your tag ends. As a note going forward, this pattern should be tied with the hook point facing down. However, we'll be doing it this way so the vise won't block your view. With this complete, we'll grab some crystal flash. Here I'm using UV pink, securing it to one side of our fly before folding it over and securing it to the other. Securing it tightly and trimming it to length, keeping it slightly longer than our deer hair. At which point we'll grab a natural bucktail, selecting some darker fibers on the back side. Measure it to length and secure it in place, once again taking a thread wrap around it before locking it in to the top side of our fly. Secure tightly and snip the excess free. Once again securing your tag ends before wrapping backwards towards the tail. At which point we'll grab some peacock herl, securing about 4 to 5 strands over the top of our bucktail. Secure tightly. Snip your excess free and cover up the tag ends. Next, we'll flip our bucktail over and grab some of the white fibers, securing it to the bottom side of our fly using the previous methods. Secure it tightly in place. And if you'd like to win this fly, well, not necessarily this fly, but one tied properly, comment #flies in the comments below. And snip the excess free. Cover up your tag ends. And grab some Flashabou. Here I'm using silver. Secure about 4 strands to one side of your fly, before once again folding it over and securing it to the other. Trim it to length and grab some lateral scale. Here I'm using pearl. Secure your lateral scale to the hook shank before folding it over and wrapping back on top of it. Next, we'll grab some white foam, trim out a small fin-like section, and secure it just in front of our tail, starting with a few looser thread wraps, before tightening it down, using a thread that's thick enough so we don't cut through the foam. With this complete, we'll fold it over, taking a few wraps in front of it to help keep it out of our way, before bringing our thread forward up towards the hook eye. Here, we'll secure our thread in place, set it aside, and if you have a rotary vise, you can use this to help spin your Flashabou forward in close touching spirals, helping to add some shine to our fly pattern. And if you don't tie, and would like to stock up your fly box for the spring season, you can visit my website at mainly-outdoors.com. Once we reach our thread, we'll secure the Flashabou in place, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind, and snipping the excess free. We'll then grab our extra Flashabou that we left on the back side of the fly and begin wrapping it forward, once again, in close touching spirals. This will help give it that pink or violet shine that Smelt have on their midline. Continue wrapping your lateral scale forward, once again until we reach our thread, before securing it tightly in place. Snip the excess free and paint it over with some UV resin, helping to enhance the shine and creating a durable body. Once happy, fix in place with a UV light, grabbing some more pink deer hair. We'll secure this along the side of our fly. Snip our tag ends free and add some more pink crystal flash on top. Snip the excess free and follow it up with some more natural deer hair. Secure in place. Snip it free and cover your tag ends. We'll then secure some more peacock over the top of this, measuring it to extend all the way to our tail. Snip it free, adding some white deer hair to the underside of our fly pattern. Secure. Snip the excess free and cover up your tag ends. We'll then add some more flashabou. Snip it free, folding over our excess lateral scale and securing it to the head of the fly. Snip it free. Before folding your foam over, trimming off the excess, and snipping a small notch where it meets the thread. At which point, we'll secure it tightly in place, starting with some loose thread wraps, as to not cut through our foam. Once complete, we'll fold it over, taking some thread wraps in front of it to help prop it up. Before whip finishing, to secure it in place. Snip your thread free and trim your foam to length. Once complete, we'll grab a living eye, here I'm using the color ice, fixing in place with some super glue before further securing it with some UV resin. I like to use eyes that are a bit oversized to draw some attention. Fix in place with the UV light, and this is a surfboard floating smelt, made to imitate smelt that die on their way to the spawning grounds in the spring. It's a fun pattern to tie, and a great way to get some topwater rises before the insects start hatching. And while this is a smelt variation that I like to use on my home waters, it can of course be tied in any minnow pattern. Just be sure to have your hook facing on the underside. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.